I'm a reviewer. Let the reviews be joined. Hello again, everyone. Your good old friend Dinobot here for yet another video review. And this one's going to be of Year of the Horse Starscream, Supreme Class Starscream at that. As you can probably know already, Supreme Class, this Starscream is just a repaint of the Cybertron mold of the same figure, the same Starscream, Supreme Class in every way. It's just a different paint job than that. But we'll get into the deep differences between the two at, near the end of the video. Right now, let's get into this one. And we'll start off right off the bat. As you can see, this is a very big jet, as it is. And this is a Cybertronian jet. And this is also a special note. This is also supposed to be a, like I said, this is a Supreme Class. It's basically a bigger mold of the Voyager class of the same type of figure. I do not have that Voyager class figure just yet. I plan to get him though. But I do have another version of it that will get you a better look of what the jet is supposed to look like. Considering he's so big and everything, it kind of throws off some of the detail on how it's supposed to look. But I do have the titanium class version of him, of Starscream. This is the War Within Starscream. Basically what this mold is supposed to be like. As you can tell, a little bit more streamlined with this one, but still the same basic type of, figure type of mold or look to it. But this is supposed to be the Cybertronian version, or it's basically the Cybertronian jet is what this is supposed to represent. But that's his. We'll say that for his jet mode. Great looking figure. It's fairly heavy for no matter what, considering he's a Supreme Class and as big as he is, you wouldn't be surprised by that. But as you can tell by his color scheme, he does have the Generation 1 Starscream color look to him, which is the main difference between the Cybertron version. But again, I'll show off the detail later when we get him into robot form. But before we get into that, I just want to jump right into his accessories. This Starscream comes with the same accessories, as I said, as the Supreme Class from Cybertron. He has his Crown of Leadership, and he has 2 Cyber Planet keys. You can barely tell, I don't know how well this is going to come across, but you can tell kind of what they are by the screen. If you can't tell by that, I do have the originals, which I'm going to compare them here to get you a better idea of what they're supposed to look like, a little bit more in detail. Here we have the Cybertron version, here's the Year of the Horse version. As you can tell, this one's just the Decepticon logo for great metallic, and same thing, basically Decepticon, his basic Decepticon key. His other key is the Earth Planet key. As you can tell from this one, it gives you a little bit better design, so you can see a little bit more better what it looks like. You got the sun and everything with machine outline and everything, but still a great key. Special note: of the Cybertron figures, Starscream was the only one that did come with 2 keys. In his jet mode, you can store all of his accessories on him. For his keys, right back here in the back, you have this section here, which you can plug both keys into, like so, one there, and you can plug one here at the bottom. It doesn't really matter which way you do it, but that's just how you can. And again, his key, which I'm sorry, I forgot to compare the other one. This is the Cybertron Crown of Leadership, which is a great homage to the Generation 1 movie from '86, the crown that Starscream wore for his coronation when he became leader of the Decepticons. And with this, you can put it on his head, which sadly his head's kind of shown sitting right there, but you can place it on his head and it covers it up. It still looks good. Even without it, it still looks pretty good. Some little details we'll get into also is his symbols. His main symbol up front here, as you can see, is a half Decepticon and half Year of the Horse logo, which is pretty cool. Then on his wings, on each wing he's got the Decepticon logo, which again is pretty cool. I kind of wish they'd kept the Year of the Horse, half Decepticon, half Year of the Horse logo for this one too, just to keep it in with the figure. This does have working electronics. When he's in jet mode, his little thrusters here do light up. It's kind of set up where when you get in certain modes and you do things with his arms, he'll do different sounds. And that's basically all it does for his jet mode. And before we get too much further, let's go ahead and transform Starscream into his robot form. I'll just go ahead and remove the crown to get it out of the way for the time being. And to transform him, one of the best ways to do it I found is you start here by pulling right here on both sides. This isn't really part of the transformation, it just helps you give you a little bit more leverage to do the next few steps here. And you start right up here at the front, you pull the nose apart, which this part here is all just pure rubber, so it won't bend, or it will bend, granted, but it won't. It's just easier to deal with pulling it apart. And you want to start by pulling. I found that if you pull down just a hair, it comes a lot easier to pull. And you pull it down, straighten it all the way out on both sides. Oh, before I'm going to do it on this, started out on this side, but because I forgot how to, about part of a step I needed to do. When you do this, as you can see, he's got real tight joints right there, so something else you need to do before, it's easier to do it before you get his legs straightened out, is take the part of his nose cone here and bend it down and back up under him there. And then you just straighten his legs all the way out. We'll do it this side. You turn at the knee basically and turn it straight. You then straighten this out for his foot, and at the bottom you want to pull basically his heel out and push the rubber nose back in up under into the foot again. You can do the same on this side. Let's get the heel out and the nose in, and you can already stand them up. Next step, you want to go ahead and, you want to go ahead and separate this out a little bit, get this ready. Put your grasp back here, and you pull down to reveal his head and face and everything else. Apologize, it's not all the way on camera, which is not. Sorry about that, just bear with me just a moment. There we go, that's better. Well, on the next step, you want to straighten these back out. Oops, sorry. I got that down all the way. Straighten the arms back up, turn them down. And then on the back here is where his fists are. You pull his arm down and lock it into place like so. You do the same on this side. Should note also, be careful when you're doing this. These parts here on each arm do tend to pop off fairly easy, so you might want to just be careful about pulling it. Pull the arm down, lock it into place. Last step, you want to fold the wings, tail wings bow all the way down, and there you go. Starscream in his robot form. You can also, you don't have, I tend to leave these out. It is calls for you to fold the wings back like so. I kind of like to leave them out on this one because it gives it more the G1 look, but for right now we'll do it this way. Now, a couple of things on this. He does have 2 more features where you use the Cyberplanet keys. And we'll just go ahead and, we'll just go ahead and use his keys here to start with. We'll go with let's go with the one on the left arm first. You take the key, and there's a little slot right here. You push it in, watch your finger there on that side, and boom. There's a snap action, basically ion blaster. And I've already popped that back out. It's something on this, for this side. Also, if the blaster does fire, I don't want to fire a missile because it tends to be lost real easy for me. But you know, that's the little snap feature for his left arm. Also, with the left arm, it's a sound feature. If you raise the arm up, well, apparently it doesn't. Let's see if I can get it to do it right. Let's not have something. Wait, not have it locked. No, I got it locked. No, see it. Got another sound. There you go. That's basically the gun sound effect for that side. And we'll use this other key. As you saw, it flashlight and everything for that one. We'll do the other key on this side. Again, the way this works, you might want to keep your hand out from that side. You just push the key in, and out comes his Energon blade. Which, again, with the sound on this side, you raise the right arm up. Well, there's the transforming sound. That's another one of the sounds. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can get it to do it right. Well, it wants to be finky with me. I found that at times you tend to do it just, there it goes. Each arm is adjusted to do it, but I found sometimes the sound effect tends to work with, the blade sound on the one arm and the gun sound on the other. Now, posability, he's got great joints. He's this big figure, so you're not going to get a whole lot of, big superposes with him. But he's got great joints here in the knees, and he can bend his knee, bring it up, have him standing or whatever like that or whatnot with it. Just get it back out here. Arms, no real fist articulation, no fingers or anything, none of that. Just have the little elbow, and of course the elbow, the shoulder joints bend up and turn around, no straightening out or anything. Head does kind of turn, but that's all. Also, he does have his cannons here that go up and down on that. Now, one problem I do have with the Year of the Horse Starscream, and most people have said this on other reviews, is his paint. If you can, I'm sure I can do this, but right here on mine, I'm sure it has on many others. If you look here, I'll try to see if I can get zoomed in as well as I can. There on the leg joints, you can see right there where the red paint has peeled off on this side as well as this side. Also, something around here in the back, you can see where it's rubbed off there too. This is, from the tightness of the joints and, from the transformation. Not a big problem, but it does kind of, show the little wear. But still, I mean, it's nothing that, if you keep him in his robot form, it's fine. If you keep him in his jet form, it's fine. It's not something, it's just something I would recommend that you're not constantly transforming them every 10 minutes or something like that. Just be aware of that, in my opinion. We'll go on here. I'm going to straighten them out a bit, and we're going to, as I said before, I want to show more on his color scheme by bringing in the original mold. Let me double check this. Slide him over a little bit more. And as you can see, same figure, same design, nothing different other than the color scheme. Like I said, the Year of the Horse has the Generation 1 Starscream color scheme, which I also have, and I will bring him in as well just to kind of show it off how he looks with his G1 colors. Apologize for the nose being up. If you see my review on him, you'd understand why about the little pin there. But great. I actually like both figures. I love the design. If you ever watch the Cybertron or Galaxy Force series, you know the real reason behind his supreme size. Basically, him getting the Sparkle Primus and getting energy from it, which basically supersized him. I'm going to do this real quick just so you can see the difference in the weaponry. As you can see, the Cybertron Starscream has the purple, where of course the horse has the orange or yellowish, whichever way it comes across on your screen. The gun on this side also has the purplish color, which I'll also pop him out just to show it as well. Oh, come on now. There we go. You see, again, purple and orange. I mean, other than that, just the only difference between the two figures is just the color scheme. I kind of, the way the dark color on this one, he doesn't have the little scraping issue come across on him. It's just like I said, it's just the paint they used for the Year of the Horse. Other than that, if you're a fan of Starscream, if you like the big masterpiece figures, which basically is what this is geared towards, I would recommend getting them. I'd recommend getting any Starscream because, of course, as I said before, I'm a huge fan of Starscream. I've always liked the character, the mischievous, kind of underhanded, kind of, you know, I will have one day it'd be mine and everything to him. But, you know, that's just me, my personal opinion. But if you're a Starscream fan, if you want to spend $100 towards him, because that's fine. I mean, it's your choice. But I do recommend getting him. Of course, I do recommend getting the original as well. This Starscream, I believe, I'm not sure his exact price. I want to say $50, maybe $60. You can probably get him. So if you want the original in this color scheme, it's just fine. I personally like either way. I mean, there's no difference. I mean, you can't tell me that one doesn't look good, which something I've debated about actually doing with my crown for the Year of the Horse, just to make it look better. But be that as it may, this is just like I said, this is my personal review of Transformers Year of the Horse Starscream. If you like this video, please like, share, and comment below on my review. Let me know what you think of my videos. Let me know what you think of my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. But this is Dinobot Maximized saying thanks for watching and hope you've enjoyed this video.